Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is SK CryptoK, and today let's talk about Trunk and the latest contract Stampede and how exactly everything ties in to feed and make Elephant token go parabolic. So inherently, Trunk itself is a token that is partially collateralized by both BUSD and Elephant token at 75% and 25% respectively. And how you mint Trunk is actually just coming over here to the side and taking your BUSD under the mint tab here. And when you mint it, there is a 1% fee. So if you did 100 BUSD, you would get 99 Trunk. And whenever you want to break your Trunk back up, you would come over to the redeem tab, enter the amount of Trunk, and it will give you a little graphic underneath that says you will get 74.5% back as BUSD and 24.5% back as Elephant token, but it will equate to the same BUSD value. Now, if you don't want it split up as BUSD and Elephant token, you can always take your Trunk to Pancake Swap and break it out into straight BUSD as another option as well. And in the future, there will be a Pancake Swap portal here to where you could just straight break it into BUSD. Now, the exciting aspect before we talk about native staking is the latest contract Stampede, which is a perpetual bond that is an additional use case for Trunk away from native staking. And you'll see that Stampede is a primary engine for yield generation in Elephant money. It allows you to bond your Trunk for 205% APR. Yes, you heard correctly, a stable coin that gives you 205% APR. So to easily do that, you would come over to the bond tab, you would enter the amount of Trunk that you want to bond, and then it'll get locked into the overview page right here as your bond amount, and then you will see your 2.05x max payout that you will get right here, and it will perpetually pay rewards every single day until the moment you want to hit claim button, which will mint out new Trunk for you. So as a quick example, if you put in 10,000 Trunk into this, at the end of 365 days, you will get 20,500 Trunk divided by 365 days, which will be a 56 Trunk payout every single day, which you can let pool up until it reaches maturity, or you can claim it out as Trunk and rebond it to increase your bond amount and your maturity amount. Basically a manual roll. And this system of minting new Trunk to get in and then redeeming it during the bond process helps feed the Trunk Treasury, which pays for everything, including whenever you claim out, because all of the Trunk you put into here gets redeemed and burned until you're ready to claim out freshly minted Trunk, which also feeds the Treasury, which we'll get into in just a moment. So quickly here, Stampede is the native bonding system for Elephant Money ecosystem. Bondholders earn fixed low-risk yield in exchange for hardening the Elephant Treasury system. When Trunk is bonded, burned, the value is split 50-50 between the Elephant Treasury and an Elephant BUSD liquidity pool, which, by the way, this will help protect the Elephant token price during the bear market. But continuing, bonding Trunk ensures the system as a whole is taking profit to pay out yield for the long term in any market condition. Bonds are tied to your wallet and can be added to at any time. You will always earn 2.05x times your total deposited amount. This is paid out evenly at 0.56% a day of your total amount deposited, which is 205% APR. Finally, as total value locked increases in Stampede, this raises the APR for Trunk native staking. This means everyone who is a holder of Elephant or Trunk should mint bonds. So this system completes the entire circle that has been aimed for since Elephant token was introduced. Trunk being the engine that helps feed Elephant token, and now Stampede as a bond system that helps supercharge the use case of Trunk. Now, when it comes to Trunk native staking, before Stampede came out, this APR of 71 was only at 32% APR, which before Stampede, 30% was essentially the low APR that you would find, and on a stable, that was fantastic. But now that you have Stampede feeding everything, this APR, which is uncapped, can go into the hundreds. So whenever you take your trunk or maybe some of the claimed out rewards from Stampede, and if you wanted to put it into your deposit, you can for no tax at all. And then based on your APR, you will get reward amounts every single day, which then you can roll back into your deposits or claim them right out. So you can imagine one day, if this is 365% APR, you'd essentially be earning 1% a day that you can then roll once a day and have a higher APY to help fuel your stable game. It's also important to note that you can remove your entire deposit, any amount of it, at any time by coming down to this withdrawal tab. You would enter the amount of trunk, withdraw it. It'll then leave your deposit and show up into your rewards section, which when you hit claim, will claim it back out into your wallet. You also have a transfer feature if you wanted to change this over to a different wallet or just send some to one of your buddies. You can add the address and the amount of trunk that you want to send over. And lastly, there's a airdrop tab just in case you want to reward the community by entering some amount of trunk to airdrop, and then everybody in the staking pool will get their staked percent of the amount of trunk that you send out. So before we look at the stats, we'll just read more about trunk itself, but just think of this as a future-proof, stable way of compounding your profits made across your crypto portfolio, and use the reserve to mint Elephant Money Stable Trunk. A low processing fee of just 1% is charged on minting and redemption of trunk. Trunk is partially collateralized at a fixed 75% BUSD and 25% Elephant. The 1% minting processing fee is also used to 100% back trunk with BUSD in a Pancake liquidity pair. Now, this is really important to think about the entire mint redeem process, because this is how reward credits are generated at a rate of 11% on minting and 4% on redemption, or in other words, 11 cents on the dollar and 4 cents on every dollar redeemed. These credits are distributed to Trunk's staking pool, version 2 assets, and the performance pool, which is essentially dev and marketing. And if you scroll up, you can look at it in this rewards tab right here, everything that's been accumulated. And these buttons right here can be hit by anybody in the community. However, you should leave these for the whales to do, just because the amount of money that's being redistributed out can be quite costly as far as a transaction fee. Coming down here to look at the stats, the Pancake LP Price, you always want to check this out, because sometimes you'll be able to sell or buy trunk at a discount. If you ever saw this number below 1, that means you're actually minting trunk at a discount. So if you saw this all the way down to 90, as this ratio is always balancing itself out, but if this was 90 and you minted 100 trunk, you would actually just be getting your 100 trunk for 90 BUSD effectively. So always pay attention to that and choose to mint or redeem your trunk accordingly. When it comes to the Elephant Treasury, this is a whale that will not dump on you. This is an Elephant token holder that is being spoon-fed not only by half of the 10% in and out transaction of Elephant token, but with all of the trunk that has been minted and redeemed, it spoon feeds this treasury, which you can see is all the way up to 40 trillion tokens. And even just a month ago, this was down to about 5 trillion. So this is growing at a rapid rate. Also, the BUSD is being stored into the cash treasury right here. Now, there are 2 ways that the APR of native staking trunk will go up. Currently, it's at 71%. We just saw that. And of all of the supplied trunk, there is 792,000 of it that is currently staked. Now, as trunk finds use case outside of the Elephant Money platform, such as LP farms, and anywhere that trunk can be plugged into, it will increase the minted trunk supply and rise higher and higher above the staked balance. And when that occurs, the native APR goes up. Also, when it comes to Stampede, all of that minting and redeeming of trunk is feeding the Elephant Treasury in addition to an Elephant BUSD LP. And when it gets put into Stampede, it gets burned. So it doesn't technically increase the supply in that regard. However, the mint redeem process of it is still feeding this treasury. And there will come a tipping point where when the elephant treasury reaches parity with elephant token, a supply shock will occur that will send elephant token parabolic. So if you want to get into Trunk, make sure you have a little side bag of elephant, because you should treat that as if it were Bitcoin at $100, because over time, elephant price is going to go crazy. And that concludes this video. If you've enjoyed this, please be sure to smash that like button and hit the subscribe button, as well as hit the notification bell. And until next time, please stay safe out there, stay blessed, and make good choices with your crypto.